Joining us today is Stephanie Walker, Director of Indigenous Relations at the South Australian Chamber of Mines and Energy. She'll be speaking at IAR's Native Title and Cultural Heritage Forum, which takes place on November the 30th to December the 1st, 2010 in Brisbane. Hello Stephanie, thanks for joining us today.
Hello James, how are you?
First of all, what's the current process of native title resolution in South Australia compared with the other states?
South Australia takes a completely different approach to native title resolution. It's the only state, as far as I am aware, that has, as part of its strategic plan, an intention to resolve 75% of native title by 2014. What we do in South Australia is to participate as a series of peak bodies who have shared interest in Aboriginal land, be it freehold land or be it native title claim land. I'm from the South Australian Chamber of Mines and Energy, and I negotiate both minerals exploration ILUAs and petroleum conjunctive ILUAs, which cover the whole of a claim. In all other states, the agreement is between an explorer or miner and the native title parties, with the one exception of Victoria, which has a model agreement. The specific difference between us all is that we negotiate across the whole of the claim area, whereas all those other activities only cover an exploration licence area.
Can you run me through the impending review of the South Australia Aboriginal Heritage Act?
That's quite interesting in South Australia. I imagine, again, we are the only state where we've drawn together all of the industry peak bodies, and that includes ourselves, fisheries, local government, and the South Australian Farmers Federation, with two representative bodies for the Aboriginal people in South Australia. And we have together made a submission to the initial opening of that review process. It's at its very early stages now, and we made our submission probably 8 months ago now. That got held up by the South Australian election, and because I think the government realises there will be some cost imposts associated with this review and its implementation, it is still in delay. We've looked at this in comparison to the federal government's review, and we think that our recommendations will not fit with the proposals in the Federal Government Act. That is something we have suggested we should discuss with the federal government into the future.
You're speaking at IAR's Native Title and Cultural Heritage Forum, which takes place on November the 30th to December the 1st, 2010 in Brisbane. What will you be addressing in your presentation?
I'll be talking about the way we go about negotiating minerals exploration ILUAs and petroleum conjunctive ILUAs as part of a total state process. My aim will be to suggest that this is probably the best process in Australia for resolving native title. We'll also talk about the things that have spun off that, because it builds up such good relations with South Australian Aboriginal people, and in particular the resources sector. I'll also be talking about what we've achieved out of the initial review process of the South Australian Aboriginal Heritage Act.
And finally, what key aspects would you like delegates to gain from your session?
In particular, I think I'd like to talk about building relationships towards resolution of native title, and how critical that is to get a means whereby we can continue to work together into a long-term future. I'd also like to suggest that it is an excellent process for people who haven't been seriously dislocated from country.
Stephanie Walker, many thanks for your time today.
Many thanks, James.